What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video. The Game Week 5 deadline is less than 24 hours away. Today we are having a look at my Game Week 5 team selection. What is up, everyone? FPL Harry here and welcome back to another video. Today we are looking ahead to Game Week 5, my team selection, transfers if I've confirmed any, everything like that. I did produce a transfer plans video that came out on Sunday evening, so I will use this as a bit of an opportunity to talk about my general team, how the season's going, but also sort of the general standing of where we are in terms of the FPL season and everything like that, and how I think it started in general, rather than just focusing on my team to reduce a bit of the overlap that we might have had with yesterday's video. Well, I got a lot of questions and a lot of comments yesterday saying that I looked very tanned. It's because to record in the hotel that I'm in, I have a really blinding light in front of me that is shining so much on my face, the only way to get it visible in the video, which is making me look even more tan than I am after 2 weeks in Spain. This is my final video that I'll be recording before I go home, and at the end of the video there's something special to say. A big thank you for 30,000 followers and for putting up with all the extra content and all the content that's having to be produced in Spain that might not have been as the higher quality that maybe I would have wanted to. But we will leave that to the end as a bit of a surprise and get into how I got on in Game Week 4 just before we start that. So a good week for me, 77 points all out, gave me a green arrow from 500k up to about 250k. So I gained about half of my places. Very happy with that in one game week. A green arrow, yeah, very pleased with it. Sanchez in goal and Gross, the Brighton duo, doing what they do best. Really impressed with them. They should have 12 points, quite how they didn't win their game week against Newcastle. Again, very impressed with them, and their upcoming fixtures are really nice. One of the big things for me when I bought Pascal Gross was I thought I'm going to buy a player that plays for a team that I think are going to win the majority of their upcoming fixtures, if not all of them, and I think they're very capable of doing that. Even without their players leaving in the likes of Cucurella and Basuma, they look like a really well-oiled team, a team that are going to do very well this season. I'm happy that I've got the players that seem to be producing the points at the moment. Into the defence, Trent came back with a bang. We were doubting him, we were discussing whether it was time to sell him, and Trent came in and showed us what he's capable of with a 17-point return. Yes, I sold Andrew Robertson a few weeks ago, who did really well. Congratulations to anyone who kept him or owned Luis Diaz in that 9-0 win for Liverpool. Again, a great performance for them and a lot of FPL points to come in. My only concern with Robertson is Tsimikas did also play well, picked up 2 assists. I think he's going to start one of the next couple of games with the Champions League coming up as well. Next in the defence, a big disappointment once again is João Cancelo. 7 million for him and very minimal points for him so far this season. Just 1 assist that he got in Game Week 2, but is not really looking like the real asset that we thought he would. I'm going to keep him for the upcoming fixtures, but someone like Kyle Walker, someone like Nathan Ake at Manchester City at just a fraction of the price could be someone that I really could look at and potentially go and buy. Trippier, again, I wish they got a clean sheet against Wolves. It was a great goal from Ruben Neves that wiped out that clean sheet. Trippier, if only he'd taken the free kick at the very end of the match, could have got something there as well. But Reece James did end up in the points again, got the assist, got a bonus point as well. Very happy with him. The upcoming fixtures for Chelsea are nice. With Fofana likely to sign for Chelsea, it looks like it's all but confirmed now by the club. It looks like Reece James might end up back at right wing back, which I think will be great for him. Into midfield, Martinelli blank along with Jesus up front as well. Saka got his assist, but it is time to sell him. Salah blanking. I can't keep talking about how Salah blanked in a 9-0 win. How on earth is that possible? And then Pascal Gross with a big goal in a 1-0 win. Clean sheet point, maximum bonus points. Absolutely fantastic. And then Haaland. We always talk about new players to the league potentially not hitting the ground running. Haaland is a player that has absolutely hit the ground running. He looks unbelievable. If I know he's going to start every week, then he is my captain for that game week. He looks so good. My only concern going into the midweek fixtures is he going to start and will he be my captain? And we'll get into that in the end. My bench didn't do anything, so let me know in the comment section how you got on in Game Week 4. Leave a like as well, but let's get into my Game Week 5 team, confirmed transfers and anything else I'm planning on doing before the deadline. So I did have 2 free transfers going into this and 0.9 million in the bank, but if you follow me over on Twitter, if you're subscribed and have notifications on YouTube or on Discord as well, I post it everywhere. I have confirmed my first transfer of the game week. I've sold Bukayo Saka and brought in Rodrigo of Leeds. Now you'll be thinking you've sold Saka before he plays Aston Villa at home. He's only got 2 assists this season, although he's looked good. The attacking returns have not been there. I think Rodrigo is capable of matching him, very similar for points, and he's just that 1.5 million cheaper. Rodrigo has also risen in price, so I gained 0.1 on him already before making that transfer, so happy with that. And the upcoming fixtures for Leeds are really, really nice as well. Not owning Rodrigo every single week is a bit of a concern for me, so happy to have him in my team now, and it means I have 2.5 million in the bank to play with, which means I can do so many more potential transfers in the coming weeks and really now have the flexibility to move my squad around depending on how I want to. So in terms of what I've done so far, that's it, but we need to have a look about where I'm going, the potential plans for this week and future weeks as well. If you haven't joined the league code already, up above me at the top, go and join that. There are prizes at the end of the season as well. It is a subscriber only league, so make sure you're subscribed as well. My next potential transfer out, really, I'm looking at Patterson of Everton. He was a good option at 4.0, but that Everton team don't look good enough. They've signed Neil Mopai, who I think will be a good signing for them and give them a little bit more going forward, but I don't think it will be enough to really turn the tide, and they have difficult fixtures coming up. And now with the money that I have in the bank, I can go and do big upgrades, and I can really go and pick the defender that basically I want. I can't get back up to Robertson, but I can basically go and get any other defender that I want. I could go and get any Manchester City defender, but the ones that I'm really looking at are the ones we've got down below. Kyle Walker could be the Manchester City option I go with. If Ake is going to be back soon, I like him, and I never thought Ake would be a nailed starter for Manchester City, but he looks really good and really solid, and I don't think it's a coincidence that they've conceded a lot of goals since he's dropped out of that Manchester City team. So I'm waiting for news from Pep on when he may come back, because I think he could be a really nice option around the 5 million price bracket. I then also like the Arsenal defence. I've got Saliba and Gabriel, both returned in game week 4 with a goal and an assist for the same goal, the winner for Arsenal in that fixture. I like them. There's not much to pick between them. Saliba has now risen up to 4.7, and I didn't make the move before that price rise because I'm not 100% sure that I really go and want them. The fixtures that I'd want to play these guys in are Aston Villa this week, and then when they play Everton at home in game week 7 as well. The two fixtures that I really want them, but after that, their fixtures are not as good, and I don't necessarily know and think it's worth using a valuable transfer to go and buy one of these. However, I don't really have anything else I want to go and do with my transfers at the moment. Like a lot of you, considering potentially burning transfers or using transfers just for the sake of it, I may end up buying one of these guys before the deadline and play them this week over Pereira, who, spoiler, is in my starting 11 at the moment. The other one we've got is Perisic, and with when they're playing multiple games a week in Champions League, I'm really concerned about the amount of minutes that I think he's likely to get, and I'm sure there are plenty of you in here viewing this who are feeling the same sort of stuff as well. West Ham away, followed by a nice Fulham fixture in game week 6, coming just days after their game week 4 fixture, is a real concern for me. But when he starts, they seem to be keeping clean sheets. He's really involved, good for bonus, on set pieces, goal threat, assist threat. He is everything we want in a defender, like Trent, like Robertson, like Cancelo was, like Reece James is, at 5.5 million as well. When he's nailed and when he's going to play consistently, I really want him. Now, we're seeing him come off at about 65 minutes in every single game, which might mean that he's going to do that every single game and just play 65 minutes, that's it, every single game. We don't need to worry about him. But my concern is we don't know if that's going to be the case yet, and he might just drop out for Sessegnon and play only 25 minutes at the end, and it's Sessegnon who gets the 65 minutes. So let me know what you think about Perisic. I'm interested to hear what your thoughts are. Are you going to buy him, or what the plan is? He's the real one that I want. But again, their fixtures after Fulham are not quite as good, but he seems to be able to score points against absolutely anyone. And then in terms of general other transfers that I'm looking at, the third forward spot for me is a big one. I've had people in the comments saying, should you sell Gabriel Jesus? No, he looks so good for Arsenal. Though the returns have not been there in a couple of the game weeks, he is really good, and he is an essential hold if he's in your team. Mitrovic and Tony are definitely options I'm looking at adding to my team and playing a 3 up front with Haaland, with Jesus, who I am not moving. So I'm not going to be selling those. It's if I could restructure to my team to go and get one of these. Now, I could go straight up from Archer to Mitrovic with the money I have in the bank, but I can't necessarily go Archer to Tony. I don't have enough money, so I'd have to free up some money elsewhere if I wanted to go for Tony. Now, Mitrovic scored again in game week 4. Really impressed with him so far. The upcoming fixtures are a little bit more difficult. Brighton, Tottenham, Chelsea in the next 3 is difficult. Nottingham Forest away and Newcastle after that. Again, it is a difficult run, but he does seem to be scoring goals wherever he goes. Tony, on the other hand, has a much easier run of fixtures, but he is out of my price range at the moment. Crystal Palace, Leeds, Southampton in the next 3 are really nice fixtures. Arsenal, Bournemouth, Newcastle after that. Okay, okay, a few more difficult ones in there, but particularly the next 3 for him is really nice. Although he blanked this week, I expect him to continue to return. So if you own him, do not worry about that at all. And then the final thing is Crystal Palace in general. Their fixtures at the beginning of the season were really difficult and they're starting to get a little bit better. Now, Zaha is being linked with a move away from the club. It is Chelsea this time. It's been previous clubs like Manchester United that have been looking at him, but it is potentially Chelsea that are looking to sign him before the end of the transfer window. Eze also at 5.5 million is a really nice option, again starting most weeks. For me, he's one of those players that looks really creative and looks really good, but I'm a bit concerned at actually how many FPL returns he's going to get. So I'm keeping an eye on them, but I really want to find a way to get Mitrovic or Tony into my team. I don't think it's going to happen this week, but I am keeping a close eye on it. They are great options at a really affordable price as well. So that is my potential transfers. Again, let's get in quickly to how I am lining up for game week 5. Just before we do, if you haven't subscribed already, if you haven't hit the like button on the video, make sure you do that. But let's get into it. In goal, Sanchez starts. Fulham away. I expect Fulham to score. Fulham have been really good, but Brighton again have defended really well. This will be a close match, but I do think Fulham will get a goal in this one. Into defense, Trent, Cancelo, Reece James are all in there. Great options for this week with a great run of fixtures for all 3 of them. Hoping for attacking returns and clean sheets galore. Cancelo does need to impress me. Reece James and Trent feel like they're stepping up, but Cancelo is not proving his worth at that 7 million price tag. So one definitely to keep an eye on. I could easily downgrade and free up some money if I want Tony, for example. Into my midfield, Salah is in there again. No chance I'm selling him. Martinelli stays again, although he blanked in game week 4. I expect him to come good. There is a chance that he gets benched in one of the upcoming games with European fixtures starting for Arsenal. With Smith Rowe being back as well, he could come in for one of them, or in Nketiah, for example, but I do still think he's a really nice asset. Then we have new signing Rodrigo, a great fixture at home to Everton. Really hoping he can do something. It does look like Patrick Bamford is going to be back soon, which is a bit of a concern. Maybe I shouldn't have gone so quickly on Rodrigo if that's going to be the case, but I don't think they're going to rush Bamford back into that team. And given they play quite quickly between game week 4, 5 and 6, I think Rodrigo will continue to start over the next few, and March has been so complimentary of him. So I am still happy that I transferred him in. Gross in there again. Fulham away is a difficult game. Fulham look to be doing well so far this season. They are conceding some chances though, so hopefully Gross can be involved. He looks like he's on a hot run of form, and at the moment I'm starting Andreas Pereira. It's between him or Trippier, and then potentially doing another transfer. I'm planning on rolling that second transfer. I haven't quite decided. Again, I'll post it in the community section or on Twitter or on Discord as well if I do decide to do that defensive transfer. But I am starting Pereira because, as I said with Sanchez, I do think there's a good chance that Fulham score in this. And then finally, up front, it is Jesus and it is Haaland again. I'm not planning on moving off those 2. Again, so happy with them. I think they'll score goals even when the fixtures get more difficult for Arsenal in a few weeks. Jesus is likely to stay in my team. In terms of captaincy, I did talk about Cancelo. I am thinking about Haaland as well, but he is on Mo Salah. I expect him to bounce back. He won't be happy with a 9-0 win and him not being involved. I imagine there was a lot of general banter against Salah in that Liverpool dressing room after that match. 9 goals and you're not involved. I think that will be spoken about a lot. So he'll want to bounce back and show his teammates what he's capable of again. Haaland is a great option. I'm just concerned this is the fixture he gets the rest, with Champions League coming next week after what Pep said as well. If I have any information that thinks Haaland is going to start, then it will be Haaland and I will move it from Salah to him. But at the moment, there's too much of a doubt in my mind, which is why it is on Mo. So if you have enjoyed the video, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Again, a massive thank you to 30,000 subscribers. It is overwhelming. I'm so happy that we've reached it much sooner than I ever thought we would. And I didn't really ever think when I set up the channel we'd be getting this far. So thank you all so much for doing it. Let me know any questions you have in the comment section. What do you think of my team? Should I make that defensive transfer? Put it all in the comment section down below. As always, I answered the questions for the first hour of the video. Every single comment gets answered. So turn on those notifications so you get a reminder when I do post a video or anything, so you can get your questions answered. Thank you all so much for watching. Now, the little bit of a surprise before the end of the video, I am going to show you why I missed the deadline stream. A little bit of holiday footage using my GoPro of the underwater swimming that I did over the weekend. If you don't want to watch it, thank you all so much for watching. Good luck in game week 5. I'll be back again. There might even be a deadline stream this week, but I do fly home on Wednesday. Good luck this week and enjoy the footage.